So recently, Anita Asuoha, popularly known by her stage name Worry Pikin, a social media host, an actress, and a stand-up comedian, took to social media, particularly YouTube, to share her weight loss journey. Now, as most of you already know, Anita is a successful, self-made career woman, a wife, and a mother of 3 beautiful children. However, this very beautiful woman was on the verge of losing her life and leaving her children motherless and her husband a widower because of some health decisions and unhealthy habits that she had been practicing for a very long time. And for those of you who haven't seen her video where she talks about her weight loss journey, I'll put a clip very shortly just to give us some perspective about what we are discussing today.
I like food. The discipline was not there. I go work out, I'll go swallow a bar, go shop 6 meat, bread. They use bread to do me. Normal Ogile bread will be normal bread, grand square bread. If I don't do the bread like this. Cut I don't finish. You know, I couldn't really eat right, but I was going to work out and all of that. So I do work, do shop, I go shop vegetable, I go work out. Sometime again, I must go swallow, akpu, pounded yam, everything. It got to a point I became so sick. They could admit me for hospital. Only me they get serious migraine back to back, breathlessness, severe knee pain, chest go they pain me, cholesterol with the atherosclerosis. 2022, which is last year, I got a weigh 135, 140. I became so big. Every day after they go, in a week I must go hospital. In a week they must rush me go hospital. But it's hard. Losing weight hard. So it's the hardest thing because when you grow up for where you dey shop anything where you like. Now for old age you won't they learn left hand. They hard now. Whether they use right hand for all your life. It was such a difficult task. Now my husband wake me one night, he say, see this weight, my wife, I don't want to lose you. I don't have issues with you. I love you the way you are. But now it don't be life-threatening issue.
So in this video, she talks about her struggle with obesity, how it all started and how it impacted her career, her mental health, her marriage. And she goes on to let us know what she finally had to do in order to get it together, which was having a weight loss surgery. And while I admire her tenacity, her resilience, her bravery, and her honesty in how she shares her story, and I definitely hold her in high regard for these, I thought to do this video in order to shine the spotlight on some health lessons that I thought we could learn from her story. So here are some of the health lessons you can learn from Anita's weight loss journey. Number 1, the secret of health is in your lifestyle. Guys, it almost always boils down to the little things, the habits that we cultivate. Oftentimes, we're not even aware when we are cultivating these habits, and that can be dangerous. But overall, I want you to remember that it boils down to your habits. It boils down to what you're doing as a person on a daily basis. These are the things that actually sum up. These habits are the things that sum up to determine your overall health in the long term. You can see this very clearly from Anita's story. She started eating unhealthy very early on, and I'm sure that when she started this, she didn't realize the consequences. She probably didn't see the effect that this was going to have on her health, but she kept at it, and then eventually she began to see the results. So whether you're practicing healthy habits or unhealthy habits, it's going to show up for you in the long term. It's going to impact your health significantly in the long term. This is why it's important that you cultivate and you consistently practice healthy habits and healthy living. Like I always say, the journey of health is a marathon and not a sprint. It's not something that happens overnight. The secret is in your everyday life. The second lesson that I think we can learn from this lady's story is that being skinny is not a license to eat unhealthy. Now, when she starts sharing her story, she begins by letting us know that she used to be a really skinny lady. She wasn't always on the big side. But you can deduce from her story that she started most of these unhealthy habits when she was still a skinny lady, and she probably didn't understand the impact that this was going to have on her health in the long term. So even if you think that you're in a good place with your health right now, don't use it as a license or an excuse to be unrestrained in the habits that you're practicing, in the habits that you're imbibing into your life, because those are the things, like I said earlier, that are going to determine your overall health in the future. Now, the reason behind this is that if you don't start building healthy habits now, and you go on building unhealthy habits, by the time you actually hit the realization that you need to change for the sake of your health, for the sake of your life, it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, for you to turn everything around, because as they always say, old habits die hard. So start now, start building healthy habits when you don't even need it, so that you can help yourself in the future. Number 3 is don't follow everything that you were raised doing. This is what adulthood is all about. As an adult, you need to take responsibility for your actions and for your habits. Even if you were raised with unhealthy habits, when you grow up, turn those things around, change them. Find out what are the habits you need to be doing for the results that you want for your life, and start practicing those habits. Don't just stick with whatever it was that was taught to you in your childhood. Someone once said, and I will never forget this, that when you're a child, the outcome of your life is a product of the decisions of your parents and what your parents teach you. It doesn't depend so much on you. But when you become an adult, the outcome of your life is no longer about your background. It's now about what you decide to do as a person. So as an adult, the outcome of your life depends on your choices and your decisions, and you have to be willing to take responsibility for that. This applies when it comes to health. Take responsibility for your actions, for your habits when it comes to your health, so that you don't start to look for where to shift blame when it falls. So I don't care if you were raised eating fufu or eba for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Now you're a grown-up, now you're an adult. Take responsibility. What do you want to be eating? Do you want to be working out? What kinds of habits you need to be inculcating in order to make sure that you stay healthy?
All this eating eba early in the morning with draw soup, that's not food for queen. Stop that. Some of you take eba to the office. Stop that. Stop that. Change that food.
At the end of the day, when things fall apart and when you're down with health issues, nobody else is going to take responsibility for that. It's going to fall on you. So start taking responsibility today, guys. Number 4 is you need knowledge. Now in this video, this dear lady attests to working out with all the determination and might that she could succumb and still returning home to eating unhealthy. Sometimes people just don't have the knowledge that they need to have in order to see the results that they desire, which is why you need to subscribe to this channel for free professional health advice, tips and the guidance that you need to live a healthy lifestyle. Number 5 is who you marry can and will impact your health. I won't say much about this, but please take a moment and really let that sink. I know of people who have died in childbirth or lost babies that they had carried for 9 complete months in childbirth because the person they married, their husbands, refused to sign for them to have a cesarean section when it was absolutely necessary. They will say they want their wives to deliver like the Hebrew women. Meanwhile, they are Nigerian men and their wives are Nigerian women. And again, what baffles me is that the scripture of the Bible where this was stated, the Bible actually says that the midwives in Egypt lied to Pharaoh that the Hebrew women delivered in a special kind of way that made them unable to follow the king's decree to kill the children of the Hebrew women. So I don't really know why we are still holding on to this, especially as Nigerians. If anybody has any biblical backing or biblical basis for this other than the scripture that I just stated, please do well to share with us in the comment section, because I think it will really help a lot of people. Other than that, I really think that if that's the only scripture, this is a myth and we need to drop it and start doing what we have to do when we have to do it. Aside from childbirth, you need to consider the fact that it's going to be more difficult for you to live a healthy lifestyle if you're dating or hanging out with or married to somebody who is committed to living an unhealthy lifestyle. The truth is that some people just do not care about their health. Some people do not care about their lives. Some people will not take responsibility for anything that has to do with themselves. Now, if you go ahead to have a relationship with that kind of person, it's going to put you in a more difficult situation when it comes to disciplining yourself to live a healthy life. Now imagine this, that you're a foodie who is on the very big side, struggling with obesity and trying to lose weight, and then you go ahead and get with somebody who is a foodie and also an obese person, but is not interested at all in losing weight or in getting healthier for themselves. Use your tongue to count your teeth and advise yourself accordingly. Only chipped this in because it intersects with health. So please, no relationship advice from me on this channel. Thank you. Number 6, when it comes to health, please be true to yourself. Don't allow your mind to trick you into believing that an unhealthy habit or an unhealthy lifestyle is okay or is cool or trending. People say body positivity, na fat, I no kill person. My dear, you are lying to yourself. Stop justifying something that is hurting you. And I'm not saying that you should kill yourself. I'm just saying be honest with yourself, evaluate your situation, and do what you need to do. Tell yourself the truth in a way that motivates you to take action so that you can get going on doing what you need to do. Number 7, prevention is better than cure. Now, I can't end this video without saying these golden quotes because obviously, imagine having to be admitted very often, passing out in public, not being able to attend your shows and do the things that make you happy and the things that are a blessing to your community, then eventually having to go under the knife, not to mention the suffering for something that could have been prevented from the onset. And then again, in reality, some people cannot afford or simply cannot chest some of the procedures that are needed to treat some complications when they arise. And you can prevent all of this by simply embracing a healthy lifestyle and the discipline that you need to live a healthy lifestyle early on in life. Those are the 7 lessons that I wanted to tease out and to shine the spotlight on from this dear lady's weight loss journey. Now, if you haven't seen her full video where she talks about her weight loss journey, please go ahead and take a look at it. I will link it in the description box below because I believe that it will motivate somebody to get serious about their health, about their weight loss journey, and about embracing a healthy lifestyle. Thank you for watching. I'm Dr. ST. Stick with your healthy habits and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.